Respected sadhakas, shrotas, viragins, sevakas, dharma premis, shishyas of the gurus, bhaktas of the Lord, jignasu mumukshugana. Welcome. So good to be with you every day. Give this opportunity as long as possible. Together, let us invoke the gracious grace of Shruti Mata, the relentless guidance of Guru Parampara, the continuous empowerment of the Devata Gana, the kind, benign Karuna of the Sarveshwara, Jagadishwara, Parameshwara. So too, may the ultimate truth find us worthy to reveal to us. Aitareya Upanishad, we are studying from good amount of time. Last portion we have to touch today in the synopsis aspect of it. Before we do that, couple of minutes, simple discussion, known to us but yet to remind. Key to realize the truth. Get liberated. The three things are: in time we have to be close to the truth. In mind also we have to be near to the truth. And in practice also we have to be involved with the truth till the truth experience comes to us. Having known these three, what we have to do or think or understand or guard ourselves, protect ourselves from is analyze and know. Common they are, yet we have to be very conspicuous about it. What are the things that are taking us away in time and from the mind, from our activities, from the truth? Very, very crucial discussion it is. When realizing the self is the goal for us, for our moksha, and in time and mind and efforts, we have to be always involved in the truth. What is that which is taking us away from the truth? One by one, whatever they are, we have to very be careful to guard ourselves against that. If that is not done, all our dreams and ambitions, if at all we are really dreaming and having the deeper ambition of the spiritual unfoldment, remains as the dream only and never reachable thing. So, one, two, three, two or three or four things. Just a very common man's language we are discussing, not in a technical way or Shastriya Vaddhati, just like that for our understanding. One is what? Our own very powerful urges and vasanas. They take us away from the truth. You know, in the beginning stages of spirituality, the power of vasanas is so much that it doesn't allow us even a moment also to be near to the truth or to be any process which takes us near to the truth. Later on, through some or the other sadhanas, even the vasanas are reduced, yet which time which vasana becomes upsurging powerfully and takes us away from the truth, we are not sure. So we have to become aware of it and we have to guard ourselves with all those things. Second is our daily routine. We can't stick to the same routine even after becoming spiritual sadhakas. We have to rethink, remake our total routine suitable for these three things. That our time should be given maximum for it, our mind also should be involved only in it, and our activity should be oriented to that only. If this maturity of understanding and doing the thing practically, for the doing of which many tyagas we have to do. So many means which we were earlier involved, whatever. Contrary to this sadhana, if we are not ready for it, again, it is our daily routine, in other words, called as our own habits are the reasons because of which again and again we are taken away, thrown away from the theme of the truth or the realization or the scriptural spiritual study. Mm. Then the third last one is what? Our own things and beings around which we are moving or who are moving around us, our importance given to them, value given to them, company maintained with them, and the themes which we entertain or discuss with them. These are the other dangerous ones, which have such a power that, like, we never know how the bacteria, fungus, or virus enter us till they show their symptom of whatever the temperature, fever, infection. बोल कर नहीं जाते हो अंदर. In the same way, such our activities never make us become aware how they are taking us away from our main theme of life. Only after the whole life is over and when we look back and see, then we realize that we have done nothing for our spiritual unfoldment. That time we will know, okay, these were the reasons. Very dangerous, these things. So, our vasanas, our daily routine of habits, as well as who are the things and beings around with whom we interact and what subjects we do, they are the ones which take us away from the truth in time, in mind, in activities. Then our spiritual pursuit is, it will never begin only, first of all. Even it begins, it is so much fluctuating, so much of it is unstable that half minute we do, but again 90 minutes we don't do. That type of thing. Kshipta vikshiptata in yoga bhasha. Then that won't give the maja of doing. That won't take us to the next or deeper and deeper and deeper levels. And these three things have another technique. What they do is they take us away, especially the vasanas. Another thing I can add along with vasanas, habitual patterns, other also our outer things and beings. The fourth we can add is, which we can't avoid, but we can be careful about, is our own prarabdha. As we have the bad prarabdha coming and going, so to our good prarabdha of being in spiritual field comes and goes away. The bad prarabdhas, when they go away, we have to clap for it. Thank you. They have come, they have bothered us, they are going away. But the good prarabdhas, when they come and go away, we have to hold on to them. By knowing their greatness, now they are no more prarabdha, they are now purusharthas. Like with because of our prarabdha, generally these three things happen. That we become devoted to Lord for some time. That's a prarabdha. Prarabdha is not always negative only. It is the result of our earlier prayers or whatever. So we see in our life sometimes a very intense involvement in divine activities of पूजा उपासना टेम्पल विजिट, सडनली वो गायब हो जाता है. अरे क्यों गया रे बाबा, इवन वो वाला अच्छा प्रारंभ खत्म हो गया. बट दे हैव टू पुरुषार्थ to continue it because it is good activity. Another prarabdha in our life comes is that of being in the company of our gurus. That is also punya phala, positive prarabdha. We involve so much with our gurus, our acharyas, our interactions with them, our getting knowledge from them, inspiration from them, love from them, assurances from them and all. But वो भी फल ही है कर्म का प्रारब्ध. And that also ends. No, generally we leave it. अच्छा हो गया. We are not even aware that we are going away from our gurus because our good prarabdha is over. But then that has to be continued. There we have to start the purushartha, our own efforts. You understand? Hare, now the great positive prarabdha because of which effortlessly I was with my guru is coming to an end. Therefore, the tendency of being away from the guru is growing. So now I have to do the purushartha. In that purushartha, by all means that are possible, we have to be near to our gurus. Purushartha se. Because this God and the Guru, they are the only ones who keep on guiding us, who keep on empowering us, who keep on pulling us towards spirituality again and again from all the other three, four sources which were told, because of which we go away. We have to guard ourselves. We have to know. We have to be very conspicuous and clear unambiguously about all these three things. Third one is same, called as Shastra Adhyana. That is also Prarthana Phala, Upasana Phala, Bhagavad Anugraha Phala, because we asked for it. That's why at some period of our life, so intensely we involve in attending all satsangas of all Mahatmas, getting the books also, studying them also. Suddenly क्या होता है कुछ दिन के बाद, we don't even look at the book. We have forgotten the satsang only. Gone away. Means that good prarabdha punya has gone over. But that is the only way for us studying the Shastras to remind ourselves about truth. Therefore, you have to start the Purushartha. Therefore, what takes us away from the goal, we have to identify them, guard ourselves from them, against them. And what takes us near to the truth, we must be aware of it. And with full commitment and self confidence and willpower and all such positive, divine, powerful gunas, we have to keep away from those which take us away. We have to be involving in those which take us near to the truth. That Purushartha has to be relentlessly done by us. In general in life also and particularly in spirituality also, we can't wait, we can't say चलो अब जो है सो है बाद में देखेंगे. This is the way by which the mind cheats us. A दुखी आत्मा says no I am in trouble or misery, चलो ये सब खत्म हो जाए बाद में देखेंगे. A person of lot of responsibilities, duties, he says, so many works are there for me now, इनको मुझे करने दो पहले, बाद में देखेंगे. Then the one who is fully happy with all the prosperities, all the enjoyment, he says, सब मजा मजा है, क्या जरूर है, क्या जल्दी है, बाद में देखेंगे. These are the traits in us which have the knack of making us postpone our spiritualities. These are all the delusions. They are all called the misconceptions. We generally become a victim of all of them, not allowing any one of them to overpower us. With strong willpower, with strongly made our schedules, and with that Diksha Vrata Anushtana Rupa. These things we have to do, keep away those which take us, the Paramatma, away from our time, away from our mind, away from our activities, and involve in those or accumulate those which take us near to the truth. And this spiritual life, in general life and spiritual also, when it is not taken as a vrata, when it is not taken as a throughout life's commitment, you know, wherever we leave that what do you say, become careless or become complacent or take things for granted or leave it, that is the time powerfully we are pulled down. Again, to climb up to that level is tough, isn't it? So, whatever are those traits, we have to be very observant about them. We have to know which are these Diksha Rupi Hridaya, matlab, the commitments in our heart I have to have, and then ruthlessly following it, not caring for anything else. This way, when we do for good amount of time, then only we will be able to balance ourselves in continuous constant pursuit of the truth. At that time, our time also given for Paramatma, maximum of it. In that time, our mind also is kept only on Paramatma, maximum. And the time and mind together make us do only those sadhanas which take us towards the truth. In these three, when we are stronger, then only the depths in understandings also, in the practices also, in the experiences also come to us. Otherwise, our life will be worldly, our spirituality will be very superficial, vague, with all irregularities, insincerities. Then there will be no charm in such life. There is nothing satisfactory contending in such spiritual life. So, I am now here. What are the things which are taking me away from my spiritual truth or pursuit? Outside as well as inner things. But both of them I only value, therefore, they have the power to take me away. So, come what may, let me say no to them. So, to what are the things when I do, I am more and more near to the truth in my time, mind, and activity. So, let me consciously, deliberately take them up. Sometimes it is tough. Doing tough things only is called sadhana. Sometimes it costs a lot. Yeah, we have to pay that cost, isn't it? Let me see what will happen. Karke dekho. In that way only, we will slowly, slowly command, our life for spiritual sadhana. Right now, we are under the influence of जो हो रहा है होने दो. देखो जिंदगी में क्या है ना, जो चाहते हैं वो करके दिखाना है. You know, like our Indian slogan is there, na, make it in India, make in India. In spirituality, the slogan is make it happen. No, make it happen. It just will not happen without doing. And to make it happen, to do, this commitment is required. Let me make it happen. Japa, make it happen. Puja, make it happen. Daily Shastra Dhenam, make it happen. Contemplation, make it happen. Meditation, it will not happen. We have to make it. Nothing will happen by itself accidental. Guru Bhakti, we have to increase. Make it happen. Bhagavad Bhakti, make it happen. So to going to the sukshma sthitis of the understandings and always in that mood, we have to make it happen. In the beginning days, on the seat of meditation, we contemplate on the truth beyond all the gross, subtler causes. After that is made to happen, same mood we have to carry throughout the day. We have to make it happen. World may see us that we are involving in the world like every one of them. Yes, we are involving too. But we also have developed another drishti of contemplative mood all the time. We are not got lost like others only in the superficials. We are continuously in search of the substratum behind everything. Our drushti is on us, on that. We have to make it happen. That state of evolution, we have to make it happen. Then all the time we are in dhyana. What Shastra said regarding this. What is the Adhisthana, Adhyaropa, the Shastra talked about. What is the Nitya, Anitya, Satya, Asatya, Bandha, Moksha? The Shastra talked about in this situation. I become aware of it. I am focusing on it. We have to make it happen. कर करके ही साधु संत गुरुओं को वो सहज होता है. In meditation also, they transcended everything and reached the truth. Even off the meditation also through practice, while involving in the routine like all of us, still abiding in the truth, they have learned. Therefore, for them, when the work is there, while working, they are in the truth. When nothing is to be done at that time also, they are in the truth. That we have to make happen in our life. For that Diksha Vrata Anushtana Sthiti. A part of that is being aware of what are the things taking me away from truth. Is that the vasanas taking away or the prarabdhas taking away? प्रारब्ध खत्म हो गया इसलिए, or my habitual routines that are taking away, or my getting influenced by outer situations, outer things, outer beings, which are the ones taking away. So anything that takes me away, let me guard myself against. जाना ही नहीं उस गली में. So too, what takes me nearer and near always to the truth is my Lord. That also, when I am involving in the upasana only with this sankalpa, what takes me near to the truth is my Shastra. That also, when I am committedly listening, studying, and what takes me near to the truth is my own gurus. Therefore, it is I who have to be with them only for the truth, nothing else. Committed way. इन दिस वे कितना समय लगातार करने के बाद ही all those what do you call the rajogunas, let us say, forgetfulnesses, let us say, they all will be settled. We are always in the mood of pursuit of the truth with full awareness, with full confidence, with full clarity. And when this is pursued again for a long time, then the obstructions one by one go away in the understanding, in the practice, and the truth starts revealing to everyone, anyone. Maybe all that way, grow in all these aspects through every day's our pursuit of upasanas, coming to the class, doing the sadhyaya, contemplation. May our these efforts should not go wasted, rather they should give us the highest reward and very soon. Not only in this very life, but very next or this moment only. May the Lord Gurus bless us. Om, 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 Om Sahanavavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ओम शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ओम श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ॐ विदितानमया विशदैककला न च किञ्चन काञ्चनमस्ति गुरो. द्रुतमेव हि विदेहि कृपां सहजां भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्. ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलम् अचलं सर्वधि साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो इतरे उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। आद्य शंकराचार्याद गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण अस्मिन् क्षणे एव उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोध सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति शांति एकता पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने निश्चित अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरंतर शक्ति साधना सानुकूल्यता प्राप्ति द्वारा शत्रुविघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापने दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री ऐतरेय उपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम मनस्तावतमशान्त्यै यस्य पादनखच्छटा शरदिन्दुनिभाभाति तं वन्दे नीलचिन्मणिम्। ओम अथ शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्म एधि वेदस्य महानेस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासैः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्ददामृतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवत्ववतु मामवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Friends, what we have seen as synopsis so far is how Paramatma created world, entered into the world, suffered in the world by identifying with the upadhis, going through three avasthas, all we have seen. Then the same Paramatma suddenly one day, now was Jivatma suffering, started inquiring as to why I am bound like that. In his inquiry, he came out of his identity, wrong identity, and realized himself Brahma Tata Mama Pashyat. Okay. Then in the next topic, what was discussed was if this is not done, then we continue in the cycle of birth and death, samsara chakra. That was depicted to us through these three janmas. And these three janma indication is to create that vairagya in us. So the Pratama Janma is into the mother's kukshi. Second Janma is coming on to the earth. Third one is again becoming old and dying and born somewhere. This was indicated to us for Vairagya. Then, if you are willing and if you are trying continuously, anytime, anywhere, the realization can happen. It can be much before even the birth in the womb itself. It can be just before the death also. Anywhere it can happen. Okay. To explain that topic only, Sri Vamadeva's example was given. That Vamadeva being in the Garbha only because of his earlier prayatnas which he was going on doing, it clicked to him in this life. He analyzed his own past lives. He was analyzing the past lives of even Devatas and their plight even after becoming Devatas, that it is endful only, not eternal. Then immediately be attentive. From within only, he gave up all sankalpas pursuits with which he will achieve anything other than the Brahman, other than the truth, other than the reality. So, what caused me to go through all these Janma Maranas? All of that he got detachment from. And what are the things done by these jivas who have become devatas, which are also limited again? I will not involve in them. Okay? Let us say, example के लिए देवतास they became whoever they are jivas through various upasanas and yajnas. Okay. And I am born every time in different units because of my various karmas, good or bad. So, dharma, adharma karma, papa, punya karma, because of which I am thrown in good or bad bodies every time. But still I am bound. These who have got the Devata Shariras are from the Dharma, Dharma, Pava, Punya, little evolved they are. They have done the Upasanas and Yajnas because the Devata Sharira Prapti, all of them come because of the lot of Yajna and Upasana which we studied in Aitareya Upanishad. Aitareya Upanishad. Mm. In that Ananda Mimamsa also, the Devata Sharira Prapti Ityadi. So too in the Mundaka Upanishad also, Ehi Ehi Iti, they take us to the Devata Loka. In that very Upanishad also, up to achieving the Brahma Devata, Brahma Deva means Hiranyagarbha Sthiti, are the result of the Yajnas. If you recollect all of that. So he observed all Devatas, Brahma Deva, Indradi Deva, everybody, all of them. So one side is they have reached a great position compared to me, but then that also endful. What caused all of that? He stopped doing it because he saw the result not very attractive. Therefore, the cause of it he gave up. He saw his own position now. Then, cause of it he understood. Then he gave up that. This giving up it is called as giving up what? The karma done for the karma phala. Karma phala I don't want. Therefore, I gave up that karma. That is called as shena iva. You understand? Like that very powerful eagle or vulture, he broke open those shackles of the wrong goals, limited goals, and therefore the limited means, which was said in the Mundaka Upanishad as Parikshalokan Karmachitan Brahmana Nirvedamayat Nasti Akrita Krutena. But to Amadeva's highest level of seekers, about the Brahma Tattva, the Shravanam already is done, the knowledge perfectly is there. But the pursuits of the worldliness was the obstruction. He went on having vairagya for it in each of the life. In this final life, when he was in the womb of his mother, that vairagya also became complete, wherein he just broke open those shackles of achieving anything and for that doing everything. Then already existing that scriptural knowledge that I am the truth. Now it started becoming operational. So much so that because he has given up all the thoughts and pursuits, etc., regarding becoming Devata or regarding taking Janma Marana, this truth knowledge has become so predominant in him that he just realized and abided in that self and got realized. सो दिस वामदेव गर्भ में आया, गर्भ में ही अपना स्थिति को जाना, उसके कारण कर्म को छोड़ दिया. He doesn't want it to be repeated. His Adi Devatas, that also is limited. What causes it? Yajna that also he gave up. Then what remains now? Only contemplation on his own essential self. He just a moment's time, little time it has happened. He got the taste of the self established. That's the meaning of here. What do you say? शतम पुरा आयस्य रक्षण अधः then शेनः जवसः निरदीयमिति गर्भे एव एतत् शयानः वामदेव एव उवाच. Immediately that's why the Shruti Mata says सः एवं विद्वान् अस्मात् शरीर भेदात् ऊर्ध्व उत्क्रम्य अमुष्मिन् स्वर्गे लोके सर्वान् कामान् आप्त्वा अमृतः समभवत् समभवतु. No, this we have studied for more than 10-15 days. This particular shloka with Bhashya. That in the garb only फटाफट सब कुछ हो गया उनको. You know, in life many occasions it happen, bad and good. किसी शादी में मिले और लड़का लड़की पसंद आ गए, फटाफट फिक्स कर दी शादी, 3 दिन में शादी हो जाता है कहीं. Or you want to buy something, suddenly you go there, you like the thing, you paid the money, हो गया. Isn't it? पॉजिटिव थिंग्स, नेगेटिव आल्सो। पता नहीं भयंकर एक्सीडेंट हो गया, बंदा मर भी गया, इमीडिएटली टेकन टू क्रिमेटोरियम एंड बर्न्ड आल्सो इन फ्यू आवर्स. Negative examples. Suddenly it just happens sometime. The sequence of events happens so quickly. Somebody just stroke आ गया, हॉस्पिटल में ले गए, 2-3 दिन ही वजन कोमा, दे ट्राई टू रिट्रीव रिवाइव हिम, नहीं हुआ, चल गए. हमने सोचा ही नहीं था इनका ऐसा होगा. So to somebody, business, invested, सब क्लिक हो रहा है, देखते थे फटाफट, he has become so big, a big business shot. Politics में you can see somebody जस्ट एंटर्ड, बट समहाउ लग हो गया, देखते देखते को पार्टी में टिकट भी दे दिया, इज इलेक्टेड आल्सो. वामदेव जी का अर्लियर प्रिपरेशन के कारण इन द वूम ओनली विवेक भी जन्म लिया, वैराग्य भी जन्म लिया, समाधि पहले ही करके आ गए, मुमुक्षुता था लेकिन इट वाज कवर्ड, नाउ दैट हैज सरफेस्ड, then the shravana manana which he has sufficiently done has taken him to nididhyasanam. Here immediately he reached to that level amrutaha samabhavatu, and in that experience it is the bliss of the experience of all the results of all karma. That is the meaning which we have studied in Taittiriya also exhaustively. Here also, Amushmin Swarge Loke Sarvan Kaman Apva Amurtaha Samabhavatu. So, in realizing our essential self, in whose bliss, the bliss is infinite. What is the obstruction is? Our wrong concepts, wrong pursuits for the temporary sukha bhoga of this world or the other world. Once the viveka vairagya for that gets generated and we focus on the self and realize it, we experience that infinite bliss. It is what in the yoga bhasha is called as apara vairagya and paravairagya, leading to the vritti nirodha, then sarupa pratishta kaivalya. In Vedanta also. As we just saw in our introduction, what pulls us away from the truth towards the world. If we can break open those shackles, Wabi, it happened in Garbha to Vamadevaji, but never suddenly. He was going on doing in every life. Isn't it? Like we're also last 4 years. One side we are studying the Shastra through which ascertaining the presence of the truth with its nature and its availability and way to obtain it. Other side, we are also understanding about our upadhis and the jagat and their limitations and binding effect. Started. When we keep on pursuing, we will also come to the level like that of Vamadevaji, not necessarily in the womb. It can be in the cradle. It can be in the playground. One Mahatma, he has realized the self in the five-star hotel. इट कैन बी इवन शादी हो रहा है, सडनली वहाँ आत्म रियलाइज हो गया और किसी को शादी कर ले करके इवेंट, एनीवेयर इट कैन हैपन. बट द कॉमन थिंग which we have to do what Vamadevaji might have done is pursuing it regularly. That's what today's introduction. Keeping away which take us away from the truth. Keeping in contact with those which keep on inspiring about the truth. If these cares are taken, it starts happening, it continues to happen. One day it just happens. Okay. Having given the Vamadeva's example, वो वामदेव तो बहुत राम जी के काल के है वो. Vamadeva and Vasishtha were all in Dasharatha ji's palace. We are seeing Vasishtha, Vamadeva, Vishwamitra. How though modern times hai? So is it possible in the modern times? Therefore, to tell that only, this third chapter spoke about those modern Jignasus, Vairagis, Mumukshus. Their example is given. Through that, sadhana is more conspicuously explained to us. But this has to be repeatedly contemplated and experimented. Experimented to understand the truth of it. So let us see today the Trutiyodhyaya. What is Trutiyodhyaya spoke about? Ki Om Koyam Atma iti Vayam Upasmahe Kataraha sa Atma. This was the discussion. This was the answer also. So it is said there were from the various parts, people gathered with one agenda as to for moksha, which is the Atma we have to identify with. And then they had the reference of what Shastras they have studied earlier and the example of this Vamadeva also. So instead of themselves coming to either their own, what do you call, thoughtless conclusion, or instead of continuously prolonging the discussion without any conclusion, what they thought was took the example and reference. What did they say? What was that Atman identifying with which Vamadeva got realized? And any rishis, munis before Vamadeva got realized. So they have faith in Vamadevaji and other rishis that they have realized the moksha, and that was by identifying with the self. This much clarity and maturity they had, that shows they have exposed to the Shastra sufficient. Then the inquiry started. The beautiful inquiry they have done. So we have, while studying the Bhashya, we have seen to the Upadhi, sorry, the Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasagandhadi, that we should have the Atmiyata, or the Indriyas which are perceiving them, should we have the Atma with them. In that inquiry, they understood ki the Shabda Sparsha Rupa are near continuously coming and going. How can they be the Atman? So we can imagine that they have come to the Indriya level. That is the meaning of this shloka. Ki kaha ayam Atma iti. There is the discussion. Vayam upasmahe. That if we are very clear, we will be do the upasana of it. It helps us. In that, the Bhashakara told us ki they took the example of Vamadeva, which is the self. He did the upasana so that he realized. And the upasana word is not the upasana like the devatas upasana we do of abhisheka ityadi. In this particular parlance, upasana means tadatmya, not the abhishek karna, archana karna. So it is the pure Vedantic upasana, not the Pauranic upasana. In the Pauranic upasana में बाकी the प्रक्रियाएं होते हैं. Here the identification is upasana, which we have seen 2-3 times, 2-3 days. So Koyam Atma iti, who is the self identifying with which we get liberation. Vayam upasmahe. So let us identify. First of all, let us know it very clearly, which might be the thing with which the Vamadeva might have realized, identified and realized. So they must have given for the team of people who are collected the agenda and do your homework and come. Then your homework done things we'll put together and we'll analyze it in those 3-4 meetings. We come to the conclusion. Like any healthy meetings, 10 people are there मानो, उनको पहले एजेंडा भेजा जाता है भाई इन चीज़ों पे डिस्कशन होगा, thoroughly आप होमवर्क करके आओ to save that time. With the homework done, they all come. Each one puts their points. Then the gist of all of that, the best of all of that is collected for the implementation, etc. Regarding various projects, जो भी है उस एजेंडा में. So then they started discussing कि कतरह सा आत्मा, है ना? Who can be the Atma among these two? The Indriyas or the objects? Obviously, next Indriyas or the Mana. Then next Mana or the self, the pure one. So here it starts with Katha Satma Yenava Pashyati, Yenava Shrunoti, Yenava Gandhanajigrati, Yenava Vacham Vyakaroti, Yenava Swaducha Aswaducha Vijanati. If you observe them, all of them are Jnanendriyas only. Swadu Aswadu is by the Jihva, then Vacham Vyakaroti is the Vani, Karmendriya, then Gandha is the nostrils, so Shrunoti are the ears. Is the Jnanendriya, Karmendriya are the Atma, or the Vishayas are the Atma. So by this thing, we should understand that they have come to Indriya's level as Atman. Therefore, they transcended the Vishayas to be Atma. Therefore, don't give the Atmiya Bhava to the Vishayas. Just like in Aitareya Upanishad, From the Vishyas, we are brought to Annamaya, from Annamaya to Manoma, Pranamaya, Manomaya, ityad. Just like in Mandukya, from the Anyatagaravanam of Jagrat Swapna, we are brought to the Agrahanam. And from the Agrahanam, through the Grahanam to the truth. Every Upanishad is guiding us. Here also, they have come up to Indriya level. What's what Bhashyakara said, we understood. Again, in the next level of inquiry, each Indriya is different from other. They are coming and going, perceptions are coming and going, but still there is some common factor which is coordinating with all of them. That analysis we have seen during the Bhashya. No, I am not doing all of that. We are only seeing the synopsis. Key, the ears are listening. Through ear, the listener is there. Eyes are seeing. At the level of the eye, the seer is there. Nose is smelling. At the nose level, the smeller. So, are there three people, the smeller, taster, listener, and seer? Are there five people in me? Question is, am I experiencing it like that कि पांच लोग मेरे अंदर है? ऐसा तो नहीं ना? There is some common fellow who is coordinating all of them. Who is that when they inquire? Then there is to the mind level. So therefore, again the question came, Katarasa Atma, among these Indriyas and the Mana, who can be the Atma? Indriyas cannot be because इतने लोग है वो, है ना? There are 10 people in me with each of the Indriya. That I can't be that Atman because there are so many variety wale. Who is the one who is coordinating between all of them? Then they come to the Mana Atma. That's the discussion here. Ki yadetat hrudayam. In between these two shlokas, the fill up the blanks are done by Bhashyakara to us by all these explanations. Hmm? What is it? One mana is coordinating between all of them. Therefore, the mana is the Atma, not the Indriyas. I have to identify with. Mind you, when I say mind se tadatma karo, doesn't mean that I have given up the Indriyas or I have given up the Sharira or I have stopped pursuing the world. मतलब परसीविंग द वर्ल्ड ऑफ शब्द स्पर्श. व्यवहार चल रहा है लेकिन मैं कौन हूं का डिस्कशन चल रहा है इधर. माना. Then obviously the mana also is not one. Not one means is not in always one mood or one stability. That's what is mentioned in the next mantra, which we have spent again good amount of 8-9 days to study. The various thought modifications of the mind are put in front. Though maximum of them are positive only, one or two thoda juti वगैरह जो कहा, that was non-positive. And the jyoti is the dukkha experienced in the mind because of some bad happenings, obviously because of bad doings. But other than that, the variety of the moods of the mind are explained. What were they? Yadetat hrudayam manahacha. They have come to the hrudaya level, but they couldn't deeply go to the hrudaya. They were at the surface level at the mana. They were not even at the mana level. They are more at the surface level than the mana. Mankai surface level, that was in the form of the vritti taranga of the mana. And what are the variety of the vrittis that were happening in the mana, which they have seen? Ki these are the ones. Sangnyanam, Ajnanam, Vijnanam, Prajnanam. Medha, Drushtihi, Dhrutihi, Matihi. Manisha, Jyotihi, Smritihi, Sankalpaha, Kratuhu, Asuhu, Kamaha, Vashaha. Almost 16 to 18 of them, etc. Iti Sarvani eva etani. All of them are. Now again, we were given the fill up the blanks by our Shankara Bhagavan. Sarvani etani prajnanasya namadeyani bhavanti. Therefore, in this, what are the fill up the blanks? Hrudayam. Hrudayam is pure prajnanam. That prajnanam extroverted is called as the mana. Mana from within because of asanas or the habits or because of the indriyas getting modified. In that modification, mana is going through so many of these thought patterns. So, with so many thought patterns, when the mana is fluctuating, that varied mind I cannot be. Secondly, so many variety thoughts of the mind also are known to someone in me. Therefore, among these two, the mind with various thought modifications and the one who is seeing the mind which is going through various thought modification, which can be the Atman. In that inquiry, they entered into. I can, like when I'm angry, I know I'm angry. When I have Sangnyanam, I know I am Sangnyanam, I have. Or Vijnanam, I know. Ajnanam, I know. Don't you know? See, each of them are modification of the mind. But is there not somebody who is coordinating and owning also all of them? देखो यही है वेदांत. तो जब मैं गुस्से में था मुझे पता था, जब मैं प्रेम में था मुझे मैं पता था. तो अब मैं द गुस्से वाला आदमी और द प्रेम वाला आदमी, other than these two, then only I can become anyone of them. These are the moods of the mind. Identifying with that, I became so and so. Isn't it? That thinking is called Vedanta. That is why it is said कि प्रज्ञानस्य नामधेयानि भवन्ति. By saying प्रज्ञानस्य नामधेयानि, mind को तो उड़ा दिया वहां बीच में. Actually, the prajnana, pure consciousness. Extroverted becomes the mana. Mana, influenced by its own nature or the vasanas, goes through these many thought modifications. And every of the modification of the thoughts of the mana are being aware by the consciousness, then only they have the validity. Just like behind every perception of the every indriya, the mind has to be there for them to be registering. Isn't it? That's how from the indriya to the mind level we came. But the mind also so many thought modification. They have meaning only when somebody is aware of it. That awareness is not two. That is called here as prajnanam. Therefore, prajnanam alone is appearing as mind. Mind alone is appearing as thought modifications. This is one track of thinking. Another track is prajnanam alone is become mind. Mind alone is becoming indriyas. Indriyas alone are perceiving the world. Therefore, the world of object of Shabda, Sparsha, etc. cannot be the Atma. It has to be Indriyas. Indriyas cannot be the Atma. It has to be the mind. Mind cannot be the Atma. It has to be the Prajnana. And to tell about this one Prajnana truth alone is beyond, behind everything, even in the Samashti. यहाँ तक व्यष्टि है. ये संज्ञानम आज्ञानम ये सारा मेरे पर्सनल है. All of them are modification of the vrittis, thoughts. Beyond, behind is one prajnana is there. There all are prajnana ke hi namadeya hai, of course, through intermediate stage of expressing as the mind. It is in my own subjective vyashti. What about the samashti? So in the next portion, even in the samashti also, wherever whatever is happening like this, it is all prajnana mode. Whether it is devatas, highest level, up to a one krimi kitaka. One prajnanam alone is functioning in all of them. That from the uh, inside me Atma to the Sarva Atma level, this mantra took us. That is why it is said, Ki Esha Brahma, Esha Indraha, Esha Prajapati, Esha Sarve Devaha. By saying so, in the form of all those expressions also, same Prajnanam Brahma is there. Okay, the higher beings you told. What about the lower ones? Are Vaya, Imani cha Pancha Mahabhutani. Jada looking these Pancha Mahabhutas also. Then from them made all upadhis, and in those upadhis, whatever the life that is expressing, for example, what? Ki Kshudra Mishrani, Bijani, Andajani, Jarujani, Svedajani, Udbijani. General categories of creation. For example, say some particular things are Ashvaha, Gavaha, Purushaha, Astinaha. Among them, Yatkincha, Idam prani jangamam cha. All the mobile, immobile pranis, patatri, the birds, stavaram, which stayed one place, sarvam tata prajnanetram. Understood? For all of them, the pure prajna is the one which is functioning through them. Netram is neta. Without beyond prajna beyond, none of them function, none of them exist too. Therefore, what we have to come to the understanding? Prajnanetraha lokaha. First stage. Prajnane pratishtitam. Second stage. Prajnanam Brahma. Third stage. Again I am repeating. Prajnanetram lokaha. Prajnane pratishtitam. Prajnanam Brahma. Prajnanam Brahma has become the Mahavakya. प्रज्ञानेत्र लोक में क्या है? लोक is seen, but for them the neta, the one who is allowing the loka to function, is prajna. When it is said prajna pratishtitam, at that time the attention is brought from the loka to the prajna, though the loka also is there. प्रज्ञा ने प्रतिष्ठितम, उसमें दम ज्यादा प्रज्ञा प्रज्ञा को दिया जा रहा है. In the sentence prajna netra loka, loka is important but not without the connection with prajna. लोक है लेकिन उसका नेत्र कौन है? प्रज्ञा, नेता. In the next line, when it is said prajnane pratishtitam, the importance is given is to the pratishta prajna than the loka. See, all ornaments are made but out of the gold. In this sentence, though out of the gold is said, but that sentence is mild. All ornaments, that sentence is important. All ornaments are made of the gold. Larvaha lokaha prajnanetra. In the next level, gold is the one in which all ornaments are established in. So, prajna pratishtitam. That's what a sentence, na? Prajna pratishta. Gold is the pratishta substratum. Even for all ornaments, the word also is not used here. Because when you talk about the gold, you need not talk about the ornaments. Because the substratum tak aap pahunch gaye. Therefore, prajna pratishta. But totally the world is not rejected because pratishta trutva of the prajna or the gold is still held. In the next level, mein even pratishta trutva also is removed because kiska pratishta hai? Uska bhi value chhod diya. So what remains? Prajnanam. That prajnanam is the Atma in me. That Atma prajnana in me is not only in me, but it is in everything. Therefore, that which is in everything is called as Brahman. Therefore, prajnanam Brahma. With that, I have to identify for the moksha. All this Siddhanta should become Pakka first. Then, holding on to the Siddhanta Jnanam, the Bahiranga, Antaranga, Vedanta में भी होते हैं साधनाएं करते जाना है till we establish. So you can imagine, like in any of the meetings, like cricket, when they come into the ground, all the fielding team comes together, put hands on each other's shoulders, and then the captain says something, vice captain says something. Anybody कोई शक कुछ पूछना है? Once it is over, then they go and take their own positions. Bowler goes to his line and length place. The keeper goes to his place. The people have the slips and all, they go there. The fielders in different places, they are placed. Can do their job. Same way, you can understand that these all modern sadhakas, jignas, vairagins, when they came, 3-day, 4-day meeting they had. In that meeting, heavy, hard, deep, purposeful discussions they had. The conclusion of it is, Prajnanam Brahma is the one with which you have to identify. So, final, the concluding meeting happened. In that, the whole reports and gist of all of that is presented. Therefore, it is not the Vishaya Atma, it is not the Indriya Atma, it is not the Mano Atma, that we have to identify with Prajna Atma. And that Prajna Atma is not only in me, everywhere. Therefore, Prajnana Brahma. Koi No. Then with this outcome final, every one of them might have gone to their own gufa, their own place of meditation. They must have meditated, realized. इस तरह हमको imagine कर. So too in the Gurukulas, when the Guru gives knowledge to all disciples, they take. Then they go to different places of sadhana, depending on their maturity and all, each one becomes paripakva. किसी को immediately click होता है, किसी को 5 साल 10 साल, किसी को 5 जन्म, but all are convinced. All are doing that only. In the class, they can be a common listeners, but in the sadhana, each one's speed of sadhana and the results arrival depends. That is immaterial. There is no comparison. Like on road 2, 3, 4 people are going. कोई साइकिल में, स्कूटर पे, कार में. अरे कार वाला जल्दी आ रहा है, स्कूटर वाला धीरे, साइकिल वाला तो जोड़ी जा रहा है, पैदल वाला बहुत स्लो. This emotion need not be had because they are independent travelers. They have their own means according to their own capacity. They too have their own sense of urgency, but everyone will reach. कार वाला जल्दी पहुंचेगा, others little slow, but reach. That is not at all concern. Traveling, reaching is the concern. Be on travel, go reach it. How much time it takes and all, again it is subjective. You can't compare with others. So, prajnanam is Brahman. That pure conscious prajnanam in me, in whose light the chitta and its vrittis, indriyas and their functions and perceptions are happening. That prajnana Brahma is the one with which I have to identify. If this one thing is understood, so we have understood this third, what do you call, the Vamadeva Upakhyana based and discussion of the modern seekers. We have clearly understood. Before that, the Trijanma portion is for the Vairagya. Before that, the Paramatma existing, he only conceived the world, he only entered. It's only to tell the process, to answer the question, why this whole world, who created, where from it has come, why the jivas are suffering. ये सारे सूडो फिलोसफी प्रश्न होते हैं ना, उनके आंसर के रूप में it was only Brahman was there, he only thought of becoming, many are creating, he created, all the drama is told, then finally he thought, यार मेरे बिना ये सब कैसा चलेगा. He entered, then with the three avasthas he got identified, got in enchanting, then he got bound. Then he only through inquiry, he re-established his identity with the self, he got realized. एक खेल चलता रहता है. Bhagwan dissolves the world, establishes himself, again expresses the world and goes into the world and acts like as if he's bound. Like the Urnanabhi, the spider spreads out the saliva, builds that the web, plays in that, as if conditioned by that web. Then when it feels it's enough of it, it consumes the whole web, again just relaxes in its own self. This is the general thing what's happening in the world. Again, in that particular thing is me, my realization. If I don't do that, I'll be in the three janmas. But anybody realized? Yes. One, Vamadeva. Second, taking him as an example, all these modern rishis. The outcome of all of that is what? There is Prajnanam Brahma. When realized, then only the moksha from all the three janmas or any type of bondages. If this final point is deeply accepted, understood, along with the process also, how we have to inquire and reach to the Atma, first intellectually, then in the sadhana, experientially. This is what this Upanishad tries to convey to us. Then lastly what I said, Saha etena pragnena atmana. See, only by identifying the pure pragnana atma, asmad lokad utkramya, having risen above from these worlds of identification upadhis, these worlds of karta, karma, kriya, karma phala, etc. samsara, amushmin utkramya, having gone beyond that, swarge loke, sarvan kaman aptva, amrita samabhavat, samabhavat iti om. Means he reaches to the Atmaloka, which is so infinite, so real, therefore so infinitely blissful that once one reaches there, जैसे आप sentences कहते हैं ना कि sometimes you love someone so much and that person has come to your house. आप कहते हो कि आप आ गए तो मेरे को तो जन्म धन्य हो गया, सब कुछ मिला मुझे. You know how much Dasharat ji was talking initially when he received Vishwamitra ji. Not one, not two, not three. So many things he said. Janma dhanya ho gaya, punya phal ho gaya, this, that. Waki somebody he feels like that. Like the boy and girl. So much in that love or attachment. They want to get married, they were in fear and all. Then parents may not have, may object, may not allow. सडनली दे टॉक्ड फिर हलो कर दी शादी हो गई तो उनको लगता है कि उनको सबूत मिला जन्म में जीवन का isn't it but that being not reality it will be realized later so to somebody is pursuing for civil services उनको मिल गया मानो दे वांछित आईएएस वाला उनको लगता है जन्म धन्य so to that कार्यकर्ता when he gets that ticket to stand for councillor or sarpanch or MLA जन्म धन्य and really if he gets selected अरे बाप रे जन्म धन्य like some of the couple when they get child जन्म धन्य हो गया उनको लगता है but all of them not being reality they end everyone feels that dhanyata like someone freed from the hospital after 10 days of admission there मानो कि सारे वांछनाएं पूर्त हो गए somebody for having their own house construction पूरा बन गया गृह प्रवेश हो गया धन्य था किसी को लगता है आई वांट टू बाय कार एंड ट्रैवल इन इट somehow he does it do you understand at that moment it appears he has conquered the world but that being not reality it will be realized later on some other incompleteness is seen here none of the incompletenesses will be there that is the meaning of ki अस्माद् लोकात् उत्क्रम्य अमुष्मिन् स्वर्गे लोके सर्वान् कामान् आप्त्वा अमृतः समभवत् these are all Upanishadic way of saying ना फिर वो language वही होता है we should be wise to grasp them the sarvan kaman aptva is equal to the joy experience happiness experience of gaining everything is there in that experience of aham pragnana brahma asmi but the experience of other world they end no how much ever glorious will this also end no amrutaha it never ends it is immortal in this way the whole Upanishad's purpose is Prajnanam Brahma. With that, we have to identify. Okay, in this way, we can say these Upanishads study synopsis also. We have seen it. The Parayana aspect remains. Tomorrow we do the Parayana, no Satsanga. Tomorrow only we give the introduction to the SHWETHASWATHRA Upanishad. So, the 10th February is a golden day for us for starting the Upanishad number 9. ईशकेन कटप्रश्न मुंडमांडुक्य तैत्तिरीय ऐतरेय. Now Shwethaswathra. Thank you for your patient listening all along. May God bless you and I with such a Shuddha Sattva Guna that we are able to grasp intellectually all this and get convinced deeply and involved in the sadhana committedly, convincingly, and reach the goal undoubtedly, surely, certainly, early. With this, we'll announce the conclusion of synopsis and the Upanishad per se. Only one Parayana remains. If I start it now, it will take 15 minutes. तो उतना टाइम तो फिर हमको आगे वाला भी क्लास है ना लगेगा 1 2 3 4 या कर ही लो यू आर माई पीपल तो if we are hundreds of people I need not worry out 1 or 2 3 doesn't matter so instead of postponing it to tomorrow I just got a thought अभी एक बार पारायण कर ले tomorrow with straight fresh mind take up the new Upanishad okay ओम अथ श्री ऋग्वेदांतर्गत ऐतरेयोपनिषद ओम प्रथमः अध्यायः प्रथमः खण्डः शान्तिमन्त्रः ओम वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्म एधि वेदस्य मणिस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्ददामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवत्ववतु मामवतु वक्तारम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ आत्मा वा इदमेक एवाग्र आसीत् नान्यत् किञ्चन मिषत् स ईक्षत लोकान्नुसृज इति स इमान् लोकान् असृजत अम्भो मरीचिर्मरम् आपः अधः अम्बः परेण दिवं द्यौः प्रतिष्ठा अन्तरिक्षं मरीचयः पृथिवी मरः या अधस्तात् ता आपः स ईक्षत इमेनु लोकाः लोकपालान्नुसृज इति सः अद्भ्य एव पुरुषं समुद्धृत्य अमूर्छयत् तमभ्यतपत् तस्याभितप्तस्य मुखं निरभिद्यत यथा अंडं मुखाद्वाग् वाचः अग्निः नासिके निरभिद्येतां नासिकाभ्यां प्राणः प्राणात् वायुः अक्षिणी निरभिद्येताम् अक्षिभ्यां चक्षुः चक्षुषा आदित्यः कर्णौ निरभिद्येतां कर्णाभ्यां श्रोत्रं श्रोत्रात् दिशः त्वं निरभिद्यत त्वचो लोमानि लोमभ्यः ओषधिवनस्पतयः हृदयं निरभिद्यत हृदयात् मनः मनसः चन्द्रमाः नाभिर्निरभिद्यत नाभ्या अपानः अपानान् मृत्युः शिश्नं निरभिद्यत शिश्नात् रेतः रेतस आपः अथ द्वितीयः खण्डः ता एताः देवताः सृष्टाः अस्मिन् महति अर्णवे प्रापतन् तम् अशनाया पिपासाभ्याम् अन्ववार्जतु ता एनमब्रुवन् आयतनं नः प्रजानीहि यस्मिन् प्रतिष्ठिता अन्नम् अदाम इति ताभ्यगाम् आनयत् ता अब्रुवन् न वैनोऽयमलमिति ताभ्यः अश्वमानयत् ता अब्रुवन् न वैनोऽयमलमिति ताभ्यः पुरुषम् आनयत् ता अब्रुवन् सुकृतं बतेति पुरुषो वाव सुकृतं ता अब्रवीत् यथा आयतनं प्रविशत इति अग्निः वाग् भूत्वा मुखं प्राविशत् वायुः प्राणो भूत्वा नासिके प्राविशत् आदित्यः चक्षुर्भूत्वा अक्षिणी प्राविशत् दिशः श्रोत्रं भूत्वा कर्णौ प्राविशत् ओषधिवनस्पतयः लोमानि भूत्वा त्वचं प्राविशन् चन्द्रमा मनो भूत्वा हृदयं प्राविशत् मृत्युः अपानो भूत्वा नाभिं प्राविशत् आपो रेतो भूत्वा शिश्नं प्राविशन् तम् अशनाया पिपासे अब्रूताम् आवाभ्याम् अभिप्रजानीहि इति ते अब्रवीतो एतासु एव वां देवतासु आभजामि एतासु भागिन्यौ करोमि इति तस्मात् यस्यैकस्यै च देवतायै हविर्गृह्यते भागिन्यौ एव अस्याम् अशनाया पिपासे भवतः अथ तृतीयः खण्डः स ईक्षत इमेनु लोकाः च लोकपालाः च अन्नम् एभ्यः सृजा इति सः आपः अभ्यतपत् ताभ्यः अभितप्ताभ्यः मूर्तिरजायत या वै सा मूर्तिरजायत अन्नं वै ततो तद् एनत् सृष्टं पराङ्त्यजिघांसत तद्वाचा अधिकृक्षत तन्नाशक्नोत् वाचा ग्रहीतुं स यद् एनत् वाचा अग्रहैष्यत् अभिव्याहृत्य हैवान्नमत्रप्स्यत् तत्प्राणेनाजिघृक्षत तत् नाशक्नोत् प्राणेन ग्रहीतुं स यद् एनत् प्राणेन अग्रहैष्यत् अभिप्राण्य हैवान्नमत्रप्स्यत् तत् चक्षुषा अजिघृक्षत तन्नाशक्नोत् चक्षुषा ग्रहीतुं स यद् एनत् चक्षुषा अग्रहैष्यत् दृष्ट्वा हैवान्नमत्रप्स्यत् तत् श्रोत्रेणाजिघृक्षत् तन्नाशक्नोतु श्रोत्रेण ग्रहीतुं स यद् एनत् श्रोत्रेण अग्रहीष्यत् श्रुत्वा एव अन्नमत्रप्स्यत् तत् त्वचा अजिघृक्षत् तत् नाशक्नोतु त्वचा ग्रहीतुं स यद् एनत् त्वचा अग्रहीष्यत् स्पृष्ट्वा एव अन्नमत्रप्स्यत् तत् मनसा जिघृक्षत् तत् नाशक्नोतु मनसा ग्रहीतुं स यद् एनत् मनसा अग्रहीष्यत् ध्यात्वा एव अन्नमत्रप्स्यत् तत् शिष्णेनाजिघृक्षत् तत् नाशक्नोतु शिष्णेन ग्रहीतुं स यद् एनत् शिष्णेन अग्रहीष्यत् विसृज्य एव अन्नमत्रप्स्यत् तत् अपानेनाजिघृक्षत् तदावयत् सा एषः अन्नस्य ग्रहः यद्वायुः अन्नायुर्वा एषः यद्वायुः स ईक्षत कथं नु इदं मद्धृते स्यात् इति स ईक्षत कतरेण प्रपद्या इति स ईक्षत यदि वाचा अभिव्याहृतं यदि प्राणेन अभिप्राणितं यदि चक्षुषा दृष्टं यदि श्रोत्रेण श्रुतं यदि त्वचा स्पृष्टं यदि मनसा ध्यातं यदि अपानेन अभ्यपानितं यदि शिष्णेन विसृष्टं अथ कोऽहमिति स एतमेव सीमानं विधार्य एतया द्वारा प्रापद्यत सा एषा विद्रुतिर्नामद्वाः तदेतत् नान्दनं तस्य त्रय आवसथाः त्रयस्वप्नाः अयमावसथोऽयमावसथोऽयमावसथ इति स जातः भूतानि अभिव्यैख्यतु किम् इह अन्यं वावदिशत् इति स एतमेव पुरुषं ब्रह्म तत मम पश्यतु इदमदर्शमिति तस्माद् इदन्द्रो नाम इदन्द्रो ह वै नाम तम् इदन्द्रं सन्तम् इन्द्र इति आचक्षते परोक्षेण परोक्षप्रिया इव हि देवाः परोक्षप्रिया इव हि देवाः अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः ओम पुरुषे हवायमादितो गर्भो भवति यदेतत् रेतः तदेतत् सर्वेभ्यः अंगेभ्यः तेजः सम्भूतम् आत्मनि एव आत्मानं बिभर्ति तत् यदा स्त्रियां सिञ्चति अत एनत् जनयति तद् अस्य प्रथमं जन्म तत् स्त्रिया आत्मभूयं गच्छति यथा स्वमङ्गं तथा तस्मात् एनां न हिनस्ति सा अस्य एतमात्मानम् अत्र गतं भावयति सा भावयित्री भावयितव्या भवति तं स्त्री गर्भे बिभर्ति सः अग्रे एव कुमारं जन्मनः अग्रे अधिभावयति सः यत् कुमारं जन्मनः अग्रे अधिभावयति आत्मानमेव तद्भावयति येषां लोकानां सन्तत्या एवं सन्तता हि इमे लोकाः तदस्य द्वितीयं जन्म सः अस्य अयमात्मा पुण्येभ्यः कर्मभ्यः प्रतिधीयते अथ अस्य अयम् इतरः आत्मा कृतकृत्यः वयोगतः प्रएति स इतः प्रयन् एव पुनर्जायते तदस्य तृतीयं जन्म तदुक्तं ऋषिणा गर्भेऽनुसन् अन्वेषाम् अवेदम् अहं देवानां जनिमानि विश्वा शतं मा पुर आयसीः अरक्षन् अधः शेनो जवसा निरदीयम् इति गर्भे एव एतत् शयानः वामदेव एवमुवाच स एवं विद्वान् अस्मात् शरीरभेदात् ऊर्ध्व उत्क्रम्य अमुष्मिन् स्वर्गे लोके सर्वान् कामान् आप्त्वा अमृतः समभवत् अथ तृतीयोऽध्यायः ओम कोयमात्मेति वयमुपास्महे कतरः स आत्मा येन वा पश्यति येन वा शृणोति येन वा गन्धानाजिघ्रति येन वा वाचं व्याकरोति येन वा स्वादु च विजानाति यदेतत् हृदयं मनः च एतत् संज्ञानम् आज्ञानं विज्ञानं प्रज्ञानं मेधा दृष्टिः धृतिर्मतिः मनीषा ज्योतिः स्मृतिः संकल्पः क्रतुः असुः कामो वशः इति सर्वाणि एव एतानि प्रज्ञानस्य नामधेयानि भवन्ति। एषः ब्रह्मा एषः इन्द्रः एषः प्रजापतिः एते सर्वे देवाः इमानि च पञ्चमहाभूतानि पृथ्वी वायुराकाश आपो ज्योतिंषि इति एतानि इमानि च क्षुद्रमिश्राणि इव बीजानि इतराणि च अंडजानि च जारुजानि च स्वेदजानि च उद्विजानि च अश्वाः गावः पुरुषाः हस्तिनः यत्किञ्च इदं प्राणिजङ्गमं च पतत्रि च यच्च स्थावरं सर्वं तत् प्रज्ञानेत्रं प्रज्ञाने प्रतिष्ठितं प्रज्ञानेत्रः लोकः प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठा प्रज्ञानं ब्रह्म स एतेन प्रज्ञेन आत्मना अस्माद् लोकात् उत्क्रम्य अमुष्मिन् स्वर्गे लोके सर्वान् कामान् आप्त्वा अमृतः समभवत् इति ओम। ओम वांग मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्व एधि वेदस्य माणीस्त श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्ददामि रतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु मामवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम्। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः परमर्षिभ्यो नमः परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रुतिमात्रे नमः समस्त ऐतरेय उपनिषद आचार्येभ्यो नमः। ओम तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु। ओम कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृतेः स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणाय परब्रह्मणे इति समर्पयामि। Friends, if you see that Paramatma entering and becoming as Jiva and suffering, but when he Bhudani Avivyakyatu Brahmatatamam Pashyat, at that time also it is said that he has experienced infinite bliss. When the example of Vamadeva is given, that time also, like that eagle, when he broke out, opened all the shackles and realized his self, that time also, Sarvan Kaman Aptva Amrita Samabhavat, it is said. Then all these modern sadhakas, when they discussed toward the end also, having told that the Prajnana Brahma is the Atman with which we have to identify, it is said ki those ones and anyone in the future, whoever identify with the Prajnana Atma, they also will have the same Falashruti of Amushmin Swarge Loke Sarvan Kaman Aptva Amruta Sambhavat. Therefore, fulfillment of all desires and immortality is the result which every one of us are seeking, that is obtained only in our experience of ourselves to be the Prajnana Brahma Atma. This is the crux of this Upanishad. 144 days we have spent to study. So whoever have come at whatever the time, to all of you, congratulations, thanks. Then because of you, I could also at least study once this Upanishad. More number of studies are required for the more clear understandings, convictions, sadhanas, and siddhi. The whole life and lives are only for that. So with this, we'll announce the conclusion of this Aitareya Upanishad Adhyanam by offering it at the feet of the Aitareya Upanishad Acharyas and also the entire parampara of the Brahma Vidya Acharyas, and to the Lord Ishtadevatas and directly to the Parabrahma himself. Thank you. Om. We do the arati to say the conclusion of this. Tomorrow, SHWETHASWATHRA Upanishad study. ओम न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतो यमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासः सर्वमिदं विभाति। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो सरसिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः मंगलम गुरुदेवाय महेन्द्रगुणात्मने सर्वलोकशरण्याय साधुरूपाय मंगलम। बोलो भाई समस्त ऋषि मुनि गुरु देवता परंपरा की जय। श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इतिहास शास्त्र की जय। परब्रह्म तत्व की जय। गुरु परंपरा की जय, सद्गुरुदेव भगवान की जय, शास्त्र अध्ययन महाप्रक्रि की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, आज के आनंद की जय. Aitareya Upanishad Adhyanam is concluded. From tomorrow, Shwethaswathra Upanishad. Come with Bhashya wala text. Once again, thank you. Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namah. Samasta Devata Bhyo Namah. Om Namo Narayana. Thank you. Om Shanti.